Yeah. First off, just want to thank all the subscribers. Appreciate you guys. Much love. I want to talk about the G attitude today. And so somebody asked me, one of the homies hit me up and said, how would you apply dealing with negative people to the G attitude? And for me, I think has a lot to do with strategy, which is one of the components of the G attitude, right? You got to strategize. You got to ask yourself a few questions. First one is, how valuable is this person to you? What I mean by valuable, I don't mean value as in a monetary sense. I mean value as in, like, is this somebody who you have some kind of love toward, or some kind of like camaraderie toward, right? Is this somebody who's important to you? That's what I mean by value. How important is this person to you? There's three examples I'll give. So and this is just based off my experience. So you have like transactional value, right? You have just family. So that love, which is the probably the most important value. And then you have somebody who's just an acquaintance, somebody who's really like whatever, right? So I'll tell you one thing. First thing I would suggest is with each of them, you always wish them well. And you never get to a point where you come at them foul or anything like that. So you're always going to wish them well. So that's just off the bat. That's what I would say. The easiest one to deal with is like the acquaintance, the last one I said. Just somebody who you kind of know. Maybe they're friends of friends, but they're always coming with negativity, right? They're always negative, or they always got something slick to say. What I would say is you really don't have to deal with them too often. I would say just kind of like avoid being around them. Like you don't have to be around people like that. That's the first thing. You do not have to be around people like that, especially if you don't know them, you don't have any kind of bond with them. Then wish them well and just be on your way. You don't have to tell them like, "Hey, fuck you, I ain't want to be around you." None of that shit. Just go ahead and just bounce out. Like, I'm not dealing with this person. This person is too much of a fucking pain in the ass, and I'm not dealing with them. And the reason why you need to wish them well is because you hope that they could change that shit, right? Like, there's something in their life that's making them that negative. Hopefully, they can get to a point where they turn that shit around. So that's the first thing I'd say. Second one is the transactional ones, which I would say like clients, managers, co-workers, shit like that, right? Where you kind of have to deal with them, so you don't really have that choice of, nah, fuck it, I'm not gonna deal with these people, or nah, fuck them. It's like, nah, you kind of have to, right? What I would say with that one is it's a little bit more difficult because you still wish them well, but you have to put yourself in a different position. So you have to find a way out of that position, and you have to find a way to separate yourself from that position, whatever you're in, whether it's a manager or a coworker. Find a way to either transfer out to another department, find a way to get a better job. It's just, you do not need to be in an environment that's negative. It could fuck up your mental health. So yeah, best thing to do is just grind your ass off. Like, boom, I'm gonna grind. I'm gonna get the fuck out of here because I ain't trying to deal with this shit. You, again, don't be negative about it. Don't tell them I'm getting out of here. Fuck all you guys. Nah, just be like, you know what? I'm gonna grind. I'm gonna look for greener pastures, and you can do that shit. So I'd say that's the second one. The third one is the most difficult, and that's gonna be the one that holds the most value to you, whether it be friends, family, basically friends and family. Yeah, with friends and family is difficult. So, you always want to give them the opportunity to change, and you always want to give them the opportunity to like see the brighter side of things and let them know, like, hey man, that's a lot of negativity you're carrying around, man. You don't need that shit. Unfortunately, some people will not listen. So there's going to be certain things you're going to have to do. You're going to have to make decisions. That's where strategy is going to come back into point. Like, what are you going to do, right? You can either do one of two things. You can either separate yourself from them entirely, or just distance yourself from them. Just be like, kind of decide when and where you're going to deal with them. And you have to make that a conscious, a conscious effort, and really think about it. Say there's a party today. Do I really want to be around this person? Can I take that right now? Some days are gonna be better than others. Some days you'll be like, yeah, yeah, that's my fucking brother. That's my mom. That's my dad. That's my cousin. Whatever. That's the homie right there. Hell yeah. But there could be other days where like I just can't deal with it. So that's up to you and how you feel. So that's how I would say to deal with it. There's different ways to deal with it, but I'd say you want to strategize that. And you want to be able. Some days you're gonna be like, "Fuck that! That's the boy. That's the homegirl. That's my mom. Whatever. Whoever it is, we're gonna do this shit. Like I'm gonna roll out." And you just. But there's gonna be other days where you're like, "Nah, I just can't deal with it." And for those days, just just think about yourself. Keep yourself in mind. Because with the G attitude, you want to go out there and face the world, and you want to go out there and give it all you got. But if you're drained, you're not going to be able to do that. So don't waste your energy on shit that's going to fuck you up. You got to save that energy for when you go up. Not everything, you can't go up against, everything can be an obstacle. You can't have obstacle after obstacle after obstacle. There has to be times where you rest. There has to be times where you're just chill, where you're mellow and shit. So I think you have to really think about it. Is this worth it at this point? So that's just what I would say. Thanks for the question. If anyone has any other questions, how the G attitude would apply to a certain situation, comment below. Much love to the nasty crew. Much love to all my Y babies. With that, we out. Peace.